I was actually making a joke about it. Like, if right now you are being told your way to heaven is to fast until you die. You know, the only way you go to heaven.
I could set you free.
Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to yet another episode of Nashastrends. My name is Sharon.
And I am Nachi.
Today we're going to be talking about the trending topic, the sensitive topic on religion, cults. Anaitwa Pastor Mackenzie. Do we need to call him a pastor anyway? Really?
He calls himself that. At least let's give him the nania of, well, let's just call him. He still is.
Wow. But I've seen the president's remarks on that. He said that he is a criminal, a terrorist.
President Ruto.
Yes. He has talked about that, and we've seen apparently 112 people are missing, and they have already exhumed like over 50 bodies.
Someone is saying 69, the other...
Yeah, the data is not exact. Yeah. It's not exact, but it's really sad. And I've seen somewhere that there are also children.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's actually so sickening. Me, I just don't know. The topic of religion in itself is super sensitive. Everyone has their own beliefs. Everyone has their own opinions. And especially for the generation like our parents, parents, they are so into religion and so much into pastors that you cannot say a single thing that, you know, like trying to open their eyes and tell them, no, this should not be happening. You shouldn't say anything about a pastor.
If you do that, you're going to be told that wewe umekuwa possessed,
umepotoka,
utakemewa, like all that.
Yes.
If our parents had that, okay, most of them, our parents' generation, if they had their kid is not like going to church, you know, kuna hiyo like... Yeah. So yeah. I understand what you're saying about the generation before us. And I think most Africans wamepotoshwa na religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm sorry, but I've always wondered what happened before religion. What was there before religion? Like in those thousands of years ago, what was actually happening?
Traditional.
I wish we still had, you know, the traditions and that are deep. And you know, this whole religion now circles around money, around wealth, around... Now let's not even start with religion. Let's now start with this Pastor Mackenzie. Apparently this person was he was a taxi driver. He moved to, is it Malindi or Kilifi?
Kilifi. The Shakahola
Massacre? No, leave alone Shakahola first. Now he's back. The background story of this Pastor Mackenzie. He moved to Kilifi with his sister, who was married to a Mzungu. So he moved to Kilifi and he was staying with his sister. Then he started taxi driving, kidogo. You know, in places like Kilifi, you know, they depend on tourists, and there are usually high seasons and low seasons. So this low season, that's when now, you know, there are no jobs, things are tough, and he ended up being a born again, a pastor, and, you know, starting his mission and everything. So you see, this person has moved from being a taxi driver. He is now a pastor.
Did he go to Bible school?
I do not think he did. I am not sure, but I don't think he did. Actually, most of these pastors, they're just self-proclaimed. I'm a pastor. That's why sometimes Catholic is the better option for so many people, because, you know, at least there are
10 years in school.
Plus there are rules encircling that thing, and you won't end up with things like, you know, these people being butchered left, right, and center. So you see, he's from a taxi driver, he's now a pastor. He owns a church. He owns this TV station already. So he's everywhere. From being a taxi driver to owning all that, people are giving him money.
Yeah.
So basically, he's taking money from people. Or let's just say, people are giving him money.
Yeah.
Because actually they most pastors end up being so manipulative that people just end up giving. Like, you don't even, like, literally someone will sleep hungry just that the pastor can eat.
Yeah, I've seen something that is been brainwashing people. There's a story I've seen of a lady from she was working, I think, in Gulf, and then she was working in airline.
Yeah.
The airline. She was a flight attendant.
Yes.
So she donated land, money, and everything went into that. So I think they like he's brainwashing people to that.
Do you think they use these pastors travel to Nigeria? When they come from Nigeria, actually they're so powerful. Do you think they use some jujus? They go obtain some jujus from Nigeria and bring them to Kenya and use them on people?
I think the fact that they are pastors and they are like people, watu wanawaogopa like from that way. So hata akisema kitu mtasikia. Tumeona there are people that are calling them mom and dad. Okay, I'll not comment about
and actually that. Me, I know the Bible. I actually was arguing with my mom the other day. I know from the Bible itself says, I don't know the specific book, but if you Google, you'll find it. The Bible says, do not call anyone father except me above. Like, the only person who is worth calling father is God. You shouldn't call any other person other than your father father. So I'm wondering, why will you call some pastor your father?
Mom, dad.
It's also, not Nanio.
Yeah,
they are not your parents.
There's someone who was saying how there is spiritual parents and biological parents, and people that now like have been brainwashed. They're like, the spiritual one anakuja kwanza. Spiritual parent anataka gari, mutafanya everything you want to do to buy them, but your parent maybe is suffering back at home.
So this pastor has 800 and how many acres of land?
Yeah, 800.
Probably Shakahola is affordable, but 800 plus acres of land, and that is one piece of land.
Yeah, and
what of other places?
People are donating others, like the followers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just sickening. This cult thing. It's sickening.
And now he told his followers to like fast for 40 days, and then when they die, they're going to heaven.
Yeah,
so they were like fasting, committing suicide. So
yeah, it's like fasting to death. I was actually making a joke about it. Like, if right now you are being told your way to heaven is to fast until you die. The only way you go to heaven is through death. You have to die to go to the next life.
Yeah,
fast to death. So it's actually, but it's not funny.
It's not funny. And there are people that have been rescued and they have refused the first aid. They're like, mi niache tu ni fast nikufe.
Wow.
Tuliambiwa hivyo. It's so sad. It is sad, and it's not like the first person we've had.
Yeah.
Even if the rest are not like terrorists or criminals or like encouraging people to die, we've seen huyu Yesu wa wapi, and people are following.
I don't know if people are super desperate to just someone to lead them to something. Like, what is wrong with people? How desperate are people for others to lead them into, an abyss that they do not know anything about?
Because we'll not blame knowledge. We're not going to blame knowledge, because some people wamesoma. They have
these people wamesoma. They have. Actually, most of these people wamesoma.
Yes, and they have money, they have a good life, like they have a family, they are happy, and then
what happens?
Yeah,
what happens?
So maybe the juju part, maybe the
juju part. See, you saw this other story that was in, I don't know, it was Thika or where this pastor had kind of an affair with another pastor, a female pastor, and this pastor had a family, and he killed the wife, he killed the kids, and he also killed himself. You didn't see that story?
No.
And after doing all that, he left all his belongings to this pastor, to this female pastor.
Wow.
Yes.
And there's also a time, I think in 2000, zilikuwa like many instances when there's a pastor who said that the world was ending in Kenya, and people sold everything and went, sasa wamepeleka kanisa, the rest wanaomba sasa wangoje dunia ishe.
It looks like in Kenya, you want to be rich, be a pastor or a politician. Actually, politics squeezy it's a rough, it's very rough.
But
people
unajua
even end up dying.
Kwa politics, you'll have to be voted for.
Exactly.
Unaweza shindwa.
That's why I'm saying kwa politics is 50-50. Yeah. But if you want to be rich so fast and you have the conviction, like right now, mi mwanzo venye naongea tu hivi, I feel like I should be about, but lakini no, you do not mislead people. Wow. No. Oh goodness, God forgive us.
Okay, we are sorry.
Yeah, God forgive us.
Anyway, but in church, there are those that are legit. They're the ones that are preaching like the real thing.
But how do you even know those legit pastors nowadays? Because I have this story. This person who was saying, there's Pastor Ezekiel. You've heard about him.
Pastor Ezekiel,
and how he does so many miracles. And everyone, like, literally, people are moving from places just to go to his place. But apparently, someone is claiming that this Pastor Mackenzie, when he moved from Kilifi town, his church was around the town center. Then now he moved to Shakahola. Before he moved,
Shakahola is in Kilifi, so maybe he moved. Oh, okay.
Like there's Kilifi town and there's Kilifi those interiors. Yes. So Shakahola is in an interior place. So before he moved there, he sold his TV station or airing something to Pastor Ezekiel. I don't know, his cars, blah, blah, blah. So they probably know each other so well.
Like
So if these are two people who know each other, what
else do we not know?
And apparently, this same person who is claiming that Shakahola, this Mackenzie knows Ezekiel, is also claiming that Ezekiel, people die in his church. And mortuaries have to pick bodies. And he's even had a confrontation with several people because, well, he doesn't want the news to come out that people are dying in his church. But so this is something that is being claimed.
He was preaching about, I don't know, the mortuary will run out of business. I saw a drama of that sort.
I think probably that is the same mortuary that they were going in confrontation with. I don't know. These are just claims. So, but
you know,
what does
kwenye kuna fununu,
karibu na ukweli.
Yes.
It's
and there's a time I saw this KMPDU Secretary General, I think, if I'm not wrong, he said that if Pastor Ezekiel is like raising people, healing, then he should just go to the hospitals because there's lack of equipment. There are many people, you just go heal people and at least wasaidia madaktari pia, then it's legit.
But now, you know, if you have to go to the hospital, most times those people don't have a shilling to give you. You'll go for free.
Oh, they heal and get paid.
Not get paid, but when you have, you know, for you to travel all the way from here to wherever he is, you have a shilling. Or if you don't have, you will remain grateful. And the next time you have, you'll make sure you say
Do they
thank
heal
you.
People?
I don't know. I know God heals. So I at the end of the day, I believe it's your belief that heals you. It's not the person that you're going to. The reason why you're moving from here to there is because, you know, if I go there, I'll get healed. It doesn't matter if that person truly has the healing powers or not, but I think your belief does. What do you believe? If you believe you're going to get the healing, I believe you're going to get the healing. So me, I even if you are the pastor who does the healing, I just know it comes from God. Comes from God. It doesn't matter who puts a hand on you. It's these churches are partner. No.
Guys, what do you think? Have you heard the story? What have you taken from that? And do you have an experience of a
church and all these
drama and all that?
Yes. Dramas around the church and cults. In Kenya, manzo, it's worsening. By the day, it's worsening.
And the fact that we thought that we are civilized now and these things are still happening.
No wonder so many young people no longer go to churches. Like everyone literally tells you, I believe in God. I just don't go to a church. I know God is there. I pray. I read my Bible. I don't see the need for a church. Though in as much as the Bible itself tells us, where people are gathered, that's where the Holy Spirit is, you know, and fellowship and such things, which is important to go to where there's a fellowship in a church, such things. It's really important. But what church do you believe? What church? how are you even, especially these Protestant churches? We don't even hear these cases with churches like Anglican, SDA, Catholics. Very few. Like, we do not even hear them. These Protestant churches, where people don't even study the Bible, people just wake up and say, you know what, I have the potential of being a pastor. I can preach, I can heal, I can pray for you. Do you believe? I'll heal you. And just like that, these Protestant churches are what are really tarnishing the image of God. Most Protestant churches, they're
we've also seen like a lot of story times on TikTok of people explaining or sharing their stories. So guys, you can also share. Utambie, what is that one thing? If do you still go to church, or if you stopped going to church, what is that thing that like incited you to like stop? I think we've come to the end of this video, guys. We really appreciate that you've watched till here. Please subscribe if you've not, and let's meet on the next one. Bye bye.